Today, we're looking at our all-wood kids beginner acoustic drum kit. What's the title again? Tell me. Today, we're looking at our kids all-wood beginner drum kit. I'm Dakota with Best Choice Products, so let's take a look. Ooh, we got a little family, or a little instruction manual. And it is that. It's a lot. We're gonna get her done. Let's just open it up, see what we got. Ooh, trash. More trash, and more trash. For those of you who are psychosomatic, talk about ASMR over here. Oh, this is our snare. This is our snare right here. Quality. So I used to play drums in a lot of bands. I've been in marching band, concert band, bands, battle of the bands. I've been like a drummer, a guitar player. I've been in the music world a little bit. One of the roughest things about being a drummer is that you've got to set this up every time before you get there. So we're just gonna keep unboxing this here, throwing our trash. This is what they put pizzas on. We got another drum. This is gonna be one of our drums. I can't remember what they call it. A lot of people will call these just a stool. Drummers call this a throne. It's a throne. Whatcha? It looks like we've got quite a bit of hardware that comes with this. I'm gonna just keep that in the box for now. This is probably gonna be our floor tom, it looks like. And it looks like they kind of like screwed it onto there. That's weird, but it's okay, we'll figure it out. It's weird that they like put these on there. I don't know why they did that, but I'm sure they had their reasonings. And so I'm just going around and pulling this stuff off of here so I can get this plastic off of this. All right, and just got the trash out. Just to kind of make my life a little bit easier, since I know this is gonna go on the bottom here, I'm gonna take this off now. And I'm just unscrewing this by hand. When you get this, it should come with a little drum key that will help you take all this stuff off. Ah! Got another one to do. Let's talk about drum kits. What kind of drum kit you're using in the comments, because I'm just gonna be honest, if this is your first drum kit and you're just now getting started in drums, it's gonna be a great option for drums. Come on, we're still going. We're still over here unscrewing. Done. Okay, so this is gonna eventually keep one of your drum heads on. This one in particular. I'm jumping ahead a couple steps, but that's kind of the general theory. And we've got our floor bass drum. Fun fact, this is what I actually first started playing in marching band, was this bad boy strapped to my chest. Boom, boom. That's how it all started. Way back in a town called Kickapoo. Zoe hasn't seen Tenacious D, she doesn't get that. Okay, so we've got our kick. This is gonna be for our bass drum later on. We're gonna attach this to this. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna tighten that down. Don't worry about it. Everything is out. Let's get the trash out. Look at this. Look at this beautiful mess. I'm gonna kind of take a little peep at the instructions. Step one, I was right, is to assemble this. Totally was not getting ahead of myself. I was actually exactly where I needed to be. So let's grab this guy. This is step one right here, and honestly, it's gonna be one of the easiest parts. Got these two heads right here. Set that one on there. Take one of these. You'll see these like little holes, right? You see those little holes right there that I'm kind of looking at you at? Are you zoomed in? Zoom in. You see them? And then you see these holes, just put it on the ground. And boom, line those holes up. Gotta go give it one of these, give it one of the, but I'm gonna just kind of get the foundations laid. And I'm just gonna finger tighten these in. I'm gonna clean the mess up, clean the mess up, clean the mess up. Oh. There's a lot of, I'm gonna continue just finger tightening these all down now that we have our drum key. You're gonna need a drum key for literally almost every step of this, especially once you get to the part of tuning your drum, which tuning the drum is basically just adjusting the tension on your drum heads to get that sound you're really looking for. So I'm gonna slide this through this little hole here and then meet up with this thing right here. And we're gonna just tighten it. I'm gonna finger tighten it. We'll tighten all these up later. Oh, hey, look, a part F screw from the last time Zoe did an assembly video. Down, that's about good enough right there. Since we've got that bottom one on, now we're gonna take the second head and put it right on top. Take our other one, just like before, we are going to line up these little holes right here with these holes here. And I'm noticing now each one's got a little washer, which it does help to put a washer on. I used to be one of those people that's like, washers are stupid. Washers really help extend the lifespan of any product, basically. So we'll just keep going around. I got this one here going. We're gonna go around again, put another washer on there. And let's see if I did step one the right way. Yeah, I think we did this one right because this is the last one of this size of these, and the rest are really long, so should be good. Since we've got those all on now, we can use our drum key and just tighten them all down. I'm gonna start on the same side that I was just on. These are just like changing a car tire. So since I just tightened this one down, there's gonna be most tension on this side. So after tightening that one down, you're gonna wanna go across and then tighten down the opposite sides one. And it doesn't gotta be super tight. It can be pretty loose actually. It's best to start out loose. Your drum heads are going to change elasticity over time. So you're gonna wanna adjust the tension on this constantly. And then since I just did this one, we're gonna go over to here now. See, this side's a lot looser, so we're gonna tighten this side down a little more. That's tight enough, I'd say. So you just wanna make sure your tension is even around the drum, basically. We're gonna flip her over, do the other side. A lot of people will do this without two sides. Essentially, you would take this off the bottom if you wanted your drum to be louder. That's almost in tune. That's pretty good. So we've got that drum basically assembled and good to go. Now we just need to do it again. So there is a difference. You're gonna see like 3 different types, basically. You got this one here, and you got this one here. This one's a little bit thicker and it's got this like kind of pattern on it. That pattern is what's gonna help you lock in right here. See that? We tighten those down, lock that in, and then grab the other one that looks just like it, and then put this in, lock that down, kind of try to keep it level with those because these are what's gonna keep it on the ground. And our third one, going in right now, boom. Floor tom, good to go. Step 4 is that, I think. So as you can see here, these are the wood shells. It's actually really good, sturdy wood construction. Set this on the ground, place that there, put that there. We've got some of these that are a bit longer than the previous ones we used. Don't forget, washer, washer, washer. Everything gets a washer. It might actually be easier for me to spin this around, so I'm gonna do that real quick. We've got that right there. I'm gonna kind of finger tighten these down just to get it on there. So I just did this one, so now I'm gonna go on this side and do that one. And then I'll do this one next, and then I'll do that one last. Boom, 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 boom. And once I get these all finger tightened down, I'm gonna flip it over and do the exact same thing for the other side. I'm gonna put on our front one now. Front one's got the super cool BCP logo. So we're gonna make sure that that lines up with this top piece here, just so when you actually set it up, it looks like that. We've got our floor drum pretty much good to go. I do know there's one more step that I don't know if it's gonna ask us to do yet. I'm gonna just do it. It's this. You just gotta do this basically. And then we'll put the other one on the other side. Little feet. We just actually technically finished part 6. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because this is just super easy. Attach this to this. You're gonna need your little handy dandy key, and it is not hard to install this. You just gotta do this. I'm gonna turn this around here real quick. So to make sure that this stays on there, we're just gonna tighten this down here. All this is doing as we tighten this is just clamping it to the drum itself. So that's on there, and we're gonna move on to our next step, which is actually, we're gonna move on back to this thing. This is the next step. The next step is to basically add this to this, and we just need to tighten it down. And that was just step 7 right there. Right along to step 8. Ooh, I put this on backwards, it looks like. So we're gonna turn this around, because I put that on backwards. And then we're gonna do this. Cool, and you could put this wherever you want it. It's all adjustable. And then we're gonna put part J on there as well. Boom. This thing is super easy to build, it really is. Step 9, another pretty easy one. We're gonna unscrew this piece right here and take these 2 off. Little piece of fabric and a washer and a wing nut. And we're gonna put this onto here. You don't want the metal piece touching the cymbal. You want that fabric touching the cymbal actually. Tighten it down a little bit. You're gonna want it to be somewhat loose. We're just gonna slide that into there and tighten it down. And we are now on step 10. This could be a little bit tricky. This is adjustable fully. You just kind of spread it out and make it lower. It really does help if this black piece is touching the ground here. There is one little screw right here that we are going to need to unscrew. So we can attach this part here. So we've got needleless pliers, and I'm just gonna unscrew that real fast. Sort of, oh yeah, we got it. We in business. All right, it is off. Don't wanna lose that. This is on, and we are putting this back down. All right. That's pretty tight. That shouldn't be going anywhere. And you see what we're doing here? We're gonna take this bit off of here. Take that whole thing apart. Take this off of there, and then you're gonna take this little piece here, and then put that on top of there. Make sure your fabric piece goes first, and then screw this back down. And so we have the top of our hi-hat right here, and then we're just gonna place this on the bottom there, and then place this just like that. I kind of would tend to do is kind of do a little bit of that, and then tighten it down so that you got, and that's how we assembled our hi-hat. We're moving on to assembling our snare drum. Our three little holding pieces here and our snare holder here. We're gonna unscrew this piece here. Not exactly a wing nut, but it's just a little screw. Got a washer on it, just like we like. Basically just kind of putting these onto here, but in like a way that we can clearly have them hold something later on. So I'm kind of creating like a little bit of like a Y pattern. We're just gonna screw it on into here, and that is like that. We kind of kept some of our Y shape little bits. This will hold our snare quite nicely. That's our snare stand. The most important part of the drum kit, the throne. And get the tread. I believe I can fly. So there's this little wing nut and washer set up here so that you can kind of place it wherever you want it. And this is like super easy. You just basically are gonna unscrew this here to the point where you don't see anything on that inside portion, and that is that. We've built our throne, we've built our toms, we've built our snare, bass, our floor tom, our hi-hats, and we've built a drum kit here. It does help to kind of like put this thing here. And how I'm setting up a drum kit is just kind of like how I like to have a drum kit set up, basically. I'm gonna flip these around and swap them just because I feel like it. So that was our kids' all wood beginner drum kit. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.